In this video, we're going to look at how to divide fractions. So we have the following steps. Dividing fractions is very similar to how we multiply fractions. It's going to be very similar in the number of steps and in the process. The only difference is this second step right here. So our first step for dividing fractions, just like multiplying fractions, is to change mixed numbers into improper fractions. We have to work with improper fractions instead of working with mixed numbers when dividing, just like with when multiplying. Okay. The next rule is that we're going to use this process called keep, change, flip. And what that means is if I have something like 1/3 divided by 2/5, we are going to keep the 1/3, or keep the first fraction. We are going to change the division to multiplication, and then we are going to flip the next fraction. Here, let's go ahead and choose a little bit darker color here. I'll choose green instead. So we're going to flip this fraction to get 5/2. At this point, we basically have a multiplication problem. So we follow the steps for multiplying, where we're going to first simplify. In this case over here, there's nothing we can simplify. 1 and 2 have nothing in common. 3 and 5 have nothing in common. So I'm going to follow the next step, which says just to multiply. So multiplying, 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. So I have the fraction 5/6 when I multiply. So then the next step is check to see if I can reduce any further. In this case, 5/6 is fully reduced. So I have 1/3 divided by 2/5 turns into 1/3 times 5/2 and gives me my final answer of 5/6. Okay, another example. 3/4 divided by 1/2. If I apply the rules keep, I'm left with 3/4. Change, my division always becomes multiplication. And then I'm going to flip, which means I'm going to flip this fraction. So it becomes 2/1. Okay. I then say, okay, how can I reduce this? In this case, 2 and 4 both divisible by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So then if I multiply, if I look at it as 3 times 1, I'm given the answer of 3. And then 2 times 1 gives me answer of 2. So I have 3/4 divided by 1/2 gives me an answer of 3/2. And then of course I need to change that into the mixed number 1 and 1/2 for my final answer. Let's look at the case with a mixed number. And what we'll find with a mixed number is that my first step needs to be to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So I have 8/5 divided by, and you'll notice that I haven't done anything. I haven't applied keep, change, flip yet. All I'm doing is changing a mixed number into an improper fraction. So 1 3/5 gives me 8/5. 2 2/3 gives me 8/3. So when I apply my keep, this is 8/5. My change becomes multiplication, and then my flip, 3/8. Then I simplify. 8 divided by 8. Okay, 8 and 8 are both divisible by 8, so 8 divided by 8 is 1. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 1 is 5. So my final answer is going to be simply 3/5. Hope this has been helpful, and good luck with dividing fractions.